Hey guys, Anthony of the Rad Company, and welcome to a special event where I'm here with the one and the only Adam Pitale. What's going on, man?
Anthony, a pleasure to be here again.
Dude, thanks for coming here. We're doing a wash, and we have a little bit of a special treat for you guys. We're going to be doing a little mixing and matching with a couple different brands here, including some of Adam's Polishes products, which is awesome. So,
Just a few.
You are here today with a pretty awesome car. So this is an Audi RS6 Avant.
It's a pretty bad wagon.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Best mom mobile there is.
It is. My wife loves it.
Is it? Just
She
yeah.
absolutely loves it.
No, it's pretty incredible. So we're going to be giving this a wash today with several different products here, and we're going to be kind of chit-chatting. Cool. So to kind of go over everything here, we're going to briefly kind of go over everything here. We're going to talk more as we're using them, but we have a couple new products here to showcase. So we have the new Ultra Wheel and Body Brush here, which is going to be really exciting for the wheels here on the RS6 Avant. And then we have our Cyclone 10X wash pads. We have our Gauntlet drying towels. We have our premium FTW towels as well. And then as far as the chemicals that we brought some KcX chemicals. So we're going to be using Magic Wheel Cleaner on the wheels, KcX GSF. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking of GFX Christmas. GSF. We have the foam can over here from MTM. And then Adam, what do you have?
I just brought our graphene tire shine. I just love this stuff. Goes on dry, lasts long. And then I just think that when it comes to cleaning tires, this stuff just does a great job.
One of my favorites.
It's a good one.
We don't sell it, but I'm telling you, it's one of my favorites. It's a killer tire cleaner. It's amazing.
Then the detail spray standby just for making drying easy, and
well, we want it to smell good in here too as well.
It does smell good. We might just start give ourselves a little bit of this just in case.
A few spritzes. I might do a few spritzes before I go home to the wife, so she go, oh, you smell really nice,
honey.
Yeah. Where was that from? I got just a little spritz from work or two. So anyways, this is gonna be really fun. We're gonna start with basically rinsing off the wheels first and jumping straight into the wheel cleaning job. But if you have questions for Adam, if you have questions for me, feel free to start leaving some comments below. Adam, when's the last time you washed a car? How recently?
It's been almost a week, I think.
A week?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's been almost a week. I've been gone for a week with my daughter. Just got back from a ski trip, so I have only been dirtying cars and not cleaning. I need to clean something. Yeah. Right now. Right.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and we're gonna grab the pressure washer. I'm gonna get the wheels rinsed, and then me and Adam are gonna jump in and start cleaning things. So Adam, how many cars are you at now? You only have like what, 2 or 3 cars, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, right?
Cars.
2 or 3, that's it.
I have a problem. I really I just love cars. It's funny, people always say, what's your favorite car? And I'm like, well, I guess it's kind of my next one.
Your next car? Okay.
Right? It's always...
Okay, well, I guess the question I would have then, because you have had so many cars, what's the car you regret selling the most? There's got to be one.
There's one. It's funny, I bought most of them back.
Did you really?
Yep,
okay.
Yep. I had a 62 Corvette that my dad gave me. Anyway, my dad gave me a 62 Vet 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was in a very drunken stupor for a while. Made some bad choices. Had to sell everything to try to make ends meet.
Okay.
So I sold it.
Oh no.
And the guy, I got sober, got smart.
Yeah, I got smart. Okay.
And then I ended up buying it back. Called the guy.
Yeah.
Kept in touch with him the whole time.
Yeah.
And I bought that car back. Sweet. And it's such a total success story.
So it's not going anywhere now?
No, that one stays put, man. Okay. Yeah, the 62 Vet, it turned into a resto mod. And then the other car that I bought back, that I tried to buy back, was a 73 Bronco.
Okay.
And I sold it to a guy, bought it for 26 grand, sold it to this guy for $45,000, thinking I won the lottery. I crushed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you knocked it
out of the park.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I really want that car back. And those are the 2 cars that I sold to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I called him back, and his name's Ara. And Ara, I want to buy that Bronco back. He's like, oh my gosh, I want to sell it. And I said, awesome.
Yeah.
How much would you give me for it? And I go, how about I'll give you $65,000? I'll give you $20,000 more. He goes, I was thinking 100.
Oh no. Yeah.
And I go, I wasn't thinking 100 at all. I wasn't even thinking anywhere near that. So I still haven't bought that one back. But
that's funny. That's funny. So this is the new Ultra Wheel and Body Brush for anybody that's interested that hasn't seen this yet. So Adam, you're actually one of the first to hold one of these in your hand, which is pretty cool. We did design this brush here in-house at TRC, and this thing is amazing, right? For most people feeling this brush for the first time, right, you would go, this feels kind of small, right, for a wheel brush, right? For a wheel face brush, something you're going to clean with. But that's the thing. That's why we wanted to do things a little bit different. oftentimes we'll have a like a big brush, which is great. It's going to hit the full face of the wheels, but it's when you're getting into the nooks and crannies, you go, I wish I could just get.
So you have something to do with the design of this product.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
This is called competitor research, and I'm very excited about it because I like the slightly firmer bristles up front. A little bit softer in the back. That's interesting.
And if you notice there, we did a crisscross there like a toothbrush. So basically the bristles have more rigidity that way, and we kind of go through this proprietary process where we actually soften the tips of the bristles more so than you would get with just a normal flag tip nylon. So we've softened it more to actually reduce any chance of micromarring. We obviously added rubberization here. We increased the ergonomics of the brush. And what's nice about this is, oh yeah, you can keep that sticker if you want. Put that in your pocket. There you go, QR code on the back to learn more.
Thank you.
But no, it's awesome because the forefront of this brush here is going to be a really good utility and tool for cleaning into certain areas of spokes and whatnot. So I'm going to throw this in the brush, throw that into the bucket there. I have a little bit of soap. We're going to go ahead and get this going just to increase some of the suds.
What kind of suds you put in the bucket?
I just put a little bit of a higher pH soap. Nothing crazy. I didn't put any type of cleaner or anything in there because we have cleaners. But these wheels, they looked dirtier than potentially.
Oh, they're dirty.
They were.
You know what? Wet makes them look clean because they're satin.
Yeah.
So as soon as it gets a tiny bit dry. Yeah. This car's been driven a lot in the weather. It's not been great weather as we know here in Idaho. It's been
not the best.
We don't live here for the weather.
Yeah, no,
we don't.
Yeah, we live here for the experiences, the mountains, the fresh air for the most part, and all the other stuff. So we're gonna start with the tires first. So go ahead and spray your side down first, and I'll grab you a tire brush that you can use from our friends over at Detail Factory. If I can, geez, that's like the lotto. It's not the lotto. It's like it's like. When am I going to find my tire brush? There we go. Perfect.
Your suds are interfering.
They are.
I always say, well, we live in Idaho. I live in Idaho for God and for guns. I love it. You know, we got kids in Christian schools.
And there's plenty of both to go around.
There's enough. I mean, heck, when it comes to guns, single-handedly, I could probably hold our hill for quite a long time.
Hey, well, zombie apocalypse happens, I'm going to your place.
I highly recommend it. We've got ammunition for a long time.
Right on.
Things will be good for a long time.
So we're going through.
This is your tire brush. Even a little bit soft bristle, huh?
So it's a softer bristle. So yeah, this is from Detail Factory, and they do a really good job with just creating something that it does a good job of scrubbing the tires. But if you nick your wheel, then it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty good idea. I think our brushes are a tiny bit firmer. I think I like the softer, to be honest with you. That's great.
And so they're able to get inside kind of the nooks and crannies because this is a winter tire that you have on here.
Yep, winter tire and wheels. So the photograph in your deal there that we're looking at is the car with summer wheels. So these are the winter wheels. These rotiforms are satin finish.
Yeah,
they're definitely not as sexy. For sure, but
can I get some wheel cleaner on for you there for
please.
You? So this wheel cleaner, not going to say it's the best smelling. Magic Wheel Cleaners doesn't win any awards for smelling the best, but you know what? It's very effective and works fantastic. Puts on a decent show, and for what it's worth, I've had more luck spraying this wheel cleaner on and just rinsing and having a relatively clean wheel more often than not, right? So I'm taking the lazy route. Not one to agitate anything. Anthony, it still works pretty well.
So lazy, you know. That is the thing about spray-on, hose-off wheel cleaners. They definitely don't smell great.
They don't smell great, but if they do smell good, then you have to question how good it's going to actually work, right? Because I think that you've also come from a background where you remember when wheel cleaners used to be pretty harsh.
Oh my gosh.
Very harsh.
Well, you used to have to use acid, full acid, to get any wheels clean at all if they were really nasty. And you know what? They still use a ton of it, like in the used car business, right? They'll use a ton of the acid cleaners, and you know, because cars are just, you don't care about your car for 35 or 40,000 miles, you go to trade it in and it's awful, right? Well, you got to use something gnarly to knock that stuff off, and those guys, let's be honest, the guys that are the detailers at the dealerships aren't exactly super well trained. They're just like, let's just spray acid on there and pressure wash it off and take about a third of the finish of the wheels off and all of the finish of the brake calipers.
It's not their problem in the long run, right?
Amen.
If they can get it sold and they can get it out the door, then they've done their job. Whereas, you know, somebody like me, and then I go buy that car, I go, why is my clear coat flaking off, right? What's going on here?
That's right.
So
you know, this little tiny wash mitt for doing the wheels, and I just did the barrels with them, and knocked out the brake calipers. That's a pretty decent sized little tool there.
It is a very good tool if you don't mind getting your hands in there. Like I said, I'm kind of using the brush on this one right here. I'm having really good results, and I'm really happy with this. But this stuff definitely, Magic Wheel Cleaner, puts on a show, and you can see it's creating a pretty. Your hand might turn a little purple, right?
Yeah.
You might leave like 1/30th Barney, coming out the doors here.
My kids will be impressed.
Yeah.
I got a question for
what I
Adam
like
here.
about this particular brush here,
all right, bring it on,
is that I am able to get back inside these barrels pretty well. So
we have not done anything to this sucker. It's all the way under warranty, so we went ahead and we like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever owned an Audi out of warranty, but Audis aren't cars that are super awesome out of warranty. You got to really buy them right and buy them really old when you're ready to replace everything.
Yep.
Like I think the RS4, right? The RS4 wagon. That's such a great tool. Thank you. I'll take one of those. So I think that we would probably leave this thing pretty much factory until that warranty is dead, and then if we still have it, maybe there's a couple things. But this car sounds so good stock.
Yep.
And it just goes so well stock. I did put some spacers on because these rotiforms were a little bit, the offset was a little bit funky. So I've got 15 millimeter spacers in the rear, 12 millimeter spacers in the front. And I will probably go to a 10 and a 12 spacer with the summer wheels and tires because they were tiny bit, the offset wasn't that great with those. So yes, good question. Aside from window tint, this thing's pretty much stock. So not going to be, I don't want to pay for any repairs for this car, period.
Good call.
Yeah, definitely not my first rodeo, right? I love cleaning stuff. There is something about washing a car. I mean, I love paint correction, I love making paint perfect, but just doing a basic wash is so satisfying. The before and after is so great. The very like instantaneous satisfaction. There are very few things give you immediate gratification like a car wash,
Oh, agreed.
Especially look at these wheels. That has that needs one more round of blast.
Yeah, it does.
Do you think you're going to do a double? Sometimes when you do winter washing on your wheels, I think you have to do them twice because it's just so nasty the stuff you have to drive through all winter. But really, the bottom line is once you get yourself one set of full round of cleaning, a lot of times you'll drive the car forward or backward about 2 feet because on this thing it has these huge, giant brake calipers.
Yep.
And there's no way we can clean behind them. There's just no way. They're especially with these are 21-inch wheels. The 22s that are stock give you a little bit more space, but 21s, for the summers, for the winter's tires, just give you very little space. So we'll probably have to do that.
Oh yeah.
And Adam's Polishes, I'll be honest with you, we are not afraid to come out with a lot of new products. That is a sometimes wonderful, sometimes horrible part of our business that we may sell sometimes one or two too many options to achieve a certain outcome. But anyway,
what that does is that might be a financial burden to some people because they want it all.
They want it all, right?
They want it all.
They do. Well, I would say this: our total interior cleaner, and that is a pretty one product does all type stuff, and then the interior detail. Those are the two that I just think are the must-have. So whatever's coming next, stay tuned.
I actually have the interior detailer on my desk inside right now. The cedarwood scent.
Cedarwood's a good scent. That's not bad.
Is it cedar or sandalwood? I think it's cedar, right?
I think cedarwood is right. I think you're right.
No, it smells awesome.
Yep.
It smells really, really good.
We have clean wheels. I feel so much better already. We're off to a great start.
Yep.
Did we say that we're going to go ahead and do a full
polish?
Exterior detail, full polish and a ceramic coating today?
I don't think we have enough time.
That, right?
I don't think we have enough time today, but I do like the idea of that. I think that we would have a lot of fun doing that.
It's the least we can do, man.
Yep, I agree.
You got a smooth running vehicle.
I always like to blast out the wheel wells really well. All right. Couple tires already?
Tires are done. I'm going to get in the barrels really quick with this guy right here and just kind of do a quick little once over. Then we'll do a rinse there.
All right.
And we should be good to go. I think this is about ready to be rinsed here. And we are good to go for a rinse.
Dirty. Man. All right. Dude,
Adam?
I like this little guy here that turns.
I know, right?
I love that. That is really trick. I mean, that's
pretty sweet.
If you go up inside the wheel wells, you can slowly, instead of having to turn the whole wand,
Yep.
you just turn the edge of it. That is really cool. That makes rinsing a lot easier.
I think it makes it fun, right? It makes it more fun and it makes you feel like you've done a better job, right?
This car is dirty. You guys wanted a dirty car? I delivered.
You delivered. It is very
I brought you a dirty
Up
car.
top it looks clean, but trust me when I say the lowers are dirty. So, Jimmy, now that I have you over here on the camera, we're gonna go ahead and mix up our soap. So Adam, I need your help for 1 second. I'm gonna take a little bit of this GSF here. We're gonna get our bucket ready and then we're gonna foam the car. So we have GSF here, we're putting in the bucket. I'm not really measuring it, I'm just gonna drop some in. Stick that right there. Give that a nice fill. Perfect. And then we're gonna be dropping in our Cyclone 10X wash pads. So go big or go home, right, Adam?
Go big, bro.
When we got some smaller mitts here, right, for people with smaller hands, but that's not us. Our hands are just massive.
Now those mitts are pads. Well,
these are pads. Yeah, these are pads. These are giant pads here. So these are going to go inside here.
Right
on. Get these ready. And Adam, if you want to start rinsing, that would be awesome.
I have the power.
Is this thing coated?
It is coated.
Okay, nice. It looks good.
I kind of coat everything.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. Oh yeah.
And I did a winter coat. You know what a winter coat is?
A quick coat, an easy coat, what?
A winter coat, how it differs from any other time of the year coat, is wash it, decontaminate it, maybe a one-step polish. In this case, no.
No, okay.
Wash it, ceramic coat it, wash it, clay it, ceramic coat it, done.
Call it good.
That's it. Because in the wintertime, it's just gonna get so hammered. Like, why try to get all the imperfections out? Why even try to mess with paint correction when you're gonna wash it? It's gonna be this kind of nastiness. It's so nice to have a coated car because you just see the dirt just flies off it. When I'm telling people about coating and how important it is, winter is the single most important time to have a coated car. People go, I'll wait till winter's over, then I'll coat my car. Like, that's crazy. That's
winter
backwards.
makes a big difference, but also the thing is, I have horrible luck, Adam, with bird poop.
Oh yeah.
And bug guts.
Oh,
the worst luck. And etchings. I hate etchings. And
if it wasn't for ceramic, all the time.
If it wasn't for ceramic coatings, then I would be, I'd be a very unhappy person.
And I mean, look how easy this car's. Just by blasting it,
so it looks awesome already.
So much dirt comes off. It's like when you're doing the most aggressive washing, the worst dirt that you have in the car.
Yeah.
That's when you want your car coated. So you don't wait until after winter's over to coat it. But you can wait until springtime or summer to do a full paint correction. Of course, that's a good idea. But like, you just want to get your car, make sure that you have it ceramic coated for the winter wash if you live in a place like we live where the weather is less than awesome.
Yep, agreed. And I'm just I'm going around with this hose here just because I hate when hoses hit cars. So
thank you. I hate that sound too.
I'm just doing
the donk donk donk. That's a horrible sound.
Doing a little in-house security, or you know what I mean.
Grand National says the great debate: rinse before foam or not.
Well, it just depends what country you're in, right? You can.
What was the question?
So it's rinse before foam or go straight into it with foam. I said it depends on what country you're in because over in the UK, they foam first, then rinse, and then refoam. We usually rinse, then foam, then use that foam, clean the car, and you know.
I'd say not what country you're in, but how dirty is your car? If your car's filthy and disgusting, like this car is so nasty, there was so much dirt on it from driving in the rain and the snow. You want to rinse that off first, because otherwise, if you foam it, you'd have to rinse it, foam it, rinse it again.
That's basically
foam it again, then wash it, because I don't want to put the wash pad on all the super nasty dirt that's attached to the car.
Well, and also keep in mind, every single time we rinse and foam something, what gets more wet? This floor mat does. And before you know it, we're up to our knees. We're wading through the waters, and it's
I want to rinse this down. Like, I'm always rinsing my driveway when I'm washing. Like, I want to wash this whole I want to walk
Yeah,
all this.
just get it
all
out
this
of there.
crud
Yeah, get
away.
it underneath the car.
I want it to go away, please. All this mat is kind of cool because you can do year-round washing.
Yep.
But I want a drain attached to it.
I 100%. We have a kind of we have a pump here, right?
Right.
But you know what? Adam wants a drain. So Jeff.
I want a drain.
Jeff.
Jeff.
If you're watching
Thank
this,
you.
we want a drain.
I
We all
really,
want a
really
drain.
want a drain. In fact, I don't want a drain.
We need a drain.
You need
We
a drain.
need a
That's
drain.
right.
Otherwise, you're messing. You're
Oh,
walking.
no,
here.
I know.
Don't poop where you sleep.
Yes, yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing
Well,
here.
fortunately,
we're
the
pooping where
chemicals,
we're sleeping right
the
now.
chemicals haven't affected me. I was able to have a healthy child, so you know what I mean. But I mean, any more exposure to whatever, you never know what might happen. So, anyways, changing the subject here. So we're gonna go ahead and get to foaming. So we have the foam can in there. Adam, do a quick little test. Do a quick little test shot
Let's
over
just
there.
see how we're adjusted. Oh, we're adjusted pretty nice right now.
There you go.
Let's come around the front because it's always.
Yep. Nope. You're good.
I like having my own personal hose.
Hey,
Retention system.
I'm expensive, so enjoy it while you have it. All right.
That's right. And I always go heavier on the foam where the nastiest part of the.
Oh, go as heavy as you want. I mean, the world is your oyster. We're having fun here.
All right.
Okay, you're done. You're happy with that amount of foam?
Well,
You're a different
again,
person. You're a different person than I am. I would have emptied the clip, right? If we were
Really?
out shooting guns, right? Let's just say back to the gun thing.
Yeah.
I'm emptying that clip. I'm not saving any ammo. I'm using the whole thing. But you know what?
Well, as the guy selling the foam, you know, why not, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sell more. But
So-
for me, it's really about getting the bottom of the car, on this car especially, because I've been, you know, my wife's been driving it in the rain, in the snow. So the bottom is really nasty. The top, since the car's ceramic coated,
Everything's
we
falling
rinsed it, it just all went away. All the dirt is gone, you know?
Yep.
So because of that, we didn't have to go as heavy. But empty the clip, I like that. I like
There you
empty
go.
the clip.
I think that's good. I think we're good there. So we'll
Step it
kind of
up.
set that right here, and we will go straight into washing. So for people wondering, we are doing the single bucket method, and that's because we have laid on some foam, we have laid on some lubrication, so we're good to go there. And we're just going to dive right in. So Cyclone 10X wash pad here, top, hood, you know, wherever you want to start. And we're gonna split this car, right down the middle, Adam? Unless unless you absolutely own me. Levi's
see.
the king of speed.
One thing's for positive sure. I've been doing this longer than you. I've been doing it
yes.
probably longer than you've been walking around on the planet.
Maybe, probably,
bet.
maybe, yeah.
I think I started in 1980. When were you born?
89.
See, I have 9 years more washing cars than you have years walking around on our planet that
Yep.
God gave us. How about that?
Well, you know what? Then I will watch you closely, and I will, I will monitor your sensei.
Young
Right.
Luke Skywalker here
Yeah.
with Obi-Wan Kenobi, getting real about car washing.
Yeah.
Getting very real.
So for anybody wondering, this car does have PPF on what? Just the front, Adam, or is it?
It came
okay.
with it. It came with just the front clip PPF. So
Okay.
just the front clip is a little bit behind the rear.
Yep.
The rear tires too. You know how Murphy's Law works, right? You'll always, whenever you do a partial car,
You'll get a rock chip.
just on the other side.
Just on the other side.
That's it. That's exactly how it'll go.
Yep.
So
That's
we'll see, but
that is how it works. But in this car, it's a 2022.
2023.
2023. Okay. So you know how many miles are on it?
Old.
Old. Yeah.
It's probably got, I don't know, maybe
1,000?
No, we've had it for a year probably. Or we've
Okay.
had it for 8 months maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see here. Audi Sport. It's got 9,500 miles on it.
So you know what? Congratulations. You drive this thing, or your wife drives this
She does.
thing,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Well, here in the Boise, in the Treasure Valley, Boise where we live,
Yeah.
there is just everything's spread out.
Yep.
So there's just a lot of driving. There's no getting around it. Now you're gonna drive places, and that's part of it. Plus, she just loves it. She loves driving this.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think anybody could blame her that's watching this video right now. These cars are just super awesome and
They make great noise.
make great noise. They have a lot of power, and I mean, what's nice is they you can pretty much pull up to a Lamborghini, right, on the side of the road. Unless that Lamborghini knows what this thing is.
By the way, if you are a police officer in the area, please don't even think about watching for a white Avant wagon, because my wife never races kid racers that come up next to her.
Never
racing. Just recently, I think it was a Subaru STI that was
they're everywhere.
Absolutely stomped off the line, and the guy came back up to the next light and thumbs up. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Even though he totally had his butt handed to him by the Avant.
He probably had to catch up to her to give her the thumbs up.
That's right.
Are you done?
Oh, let's. What
the heck?
You know what?
What the heck? I'm not even. I got done with half this side.
Well, I've been doing it longer than you've been alive. Here's another thing to think about. So when I'm washing a car in the winter, you don't ever want to dry wipe door jambs, okay? Because they're filthy. Like, this is super filthy. These door jambs, if you take a look at there, this is really dirty. And I have to make sure that we take and I want to sponge wash or wash pad wash those out. So before I rinse, I just want to do a quick hit of the door jambs that got muddy, cruddy, nasty, dirty to a point where you definitely wouldn't want to open the door later and just put a wet towel over it or a damp towel.
Yeah.
You want to make sure and get those really thoroughly washed. And my jacket's back here, couple scuzzies, but I just love having clean door jambs. And same goes with the fuel door and the hood jam. The trunk jam goes the same. Oh my gosh, look at this dirt. This is just bad news. The other thing about the Boise Valley is that car washes are a bummer. They're all the kind that you drive through a car wash and you have to get out to vacuum it out yourself. There's no real hand washes in this town yet. Watch this, coming soon.
Okay, all right.
But anyway.
I agree. Our hand wash, I've been to some other cool areas around the country that have some pretty sweet hand washing spots that have everything you need and it's really well thought out. We don't have that here, not yet.
We definitely don't have that. You know, if you guys are at home and you're watching this, Google Stuttgart car wash best in world.
Okay.
In Stuttgart, Germany, there is a car wash. They do like 4,000 or 5,000 cars a day.
What?
Yeah, it's insane. The entire thing is on a conveyor.
Yeah.
It is the most outstanding. It's what you'd expect from Stuttgart. You just expect total excellence.
Yeah.
This is the most excellent car wash in the world, and it's given me some motivation to open up a car wash here in town. But my goodness, can you even think about how that many cars can get washed in a day? Well, and they're all super well.
Well, the Germans are pretty good at coming up with pretty awesome things. Everything from products to technology to cars, right? I mean, look what we're washing right here. This thing can stomp on pretty much anything. So they do a really good job with that. And if anybody can engineer anything, it's definitely them.
Oh yeah. The Germans do things very well. Now,
the
other thing before we finish rinsing this, I also like to, since you're using a pressure washer, I'd never tried this with a garden hose, but you can always rinse out the door jambs without worrying about hitting.
You can, absolutely.
You know, without worrying about getting water in the car.
You have precision there, right?
Yep, total precision. So.
Oh, he's done this before.
One down.
I'm watching Adam right now. He's done this a few times.
One or two times.
Yeah, no, he's
one or two times.
Heck yeah, very precise.
Yes, I like that. A little bit of this.
A little bit of that. There you go. Now, formerly, right, because you'll still go back to Colorado, right, home of Adam's Polishes right now, right?
Oh yeah, Denver.
So over there, when you're washing cars and whatnot, are you typically doing it? Do you typically do it there at the HQ, over there at the headquarters?
You know what? Lately, we've been washing all over the place.
Yeah.
So we're super blessed, right?
Yeah.
We have a house in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we have a store there too.
Nice. Yep.
So we go there and do a lot of shooting now because, especially this time of year.
Heck yeah.
I mean, we have snow on the ground.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, why wouldn't we? So we do a lot of quite a lot of our videos actually in Scottsdale, Arizona now.
Sweet.
Gives us year-round
washing. Yep.
And then we also have the ability to not slip and fall and die.
Yeah.
You know,
Important. I mean, if you wanna keep washing for the rest of your life, you gotta live to get to that point,
Amen.
right?
Amen. Yeah, the rest of your life's not very long when you die.
Yeah.
So, you know, and if it's like, you know, it's time for me to meet Jesus, and I meet him because I slip and fall washing my car.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's the way I'm supposed to
so
die.
be it.
That's
Yeah.
great. You know, perfect. I'll take. The reality is washing your car in the winter is difficult if you don't have a spot at home that you can really clean your car.
Yep.
Because if you wash your car and suddenly your water is frozen, you are on an ice rink. You are
absolutely.
totally dangerous.
Yep.
I love using the pan sprays.
Yeah.
You know, you bring your bucket, you go over
Yep.
there during a super slow time.
Yep.
And you go ahead and you use the pan spray and use their facility with hot water always ready to go.
Yep.
On a heated floor so you're not walking on ice lift.
Yep.
And you can drive a clean car year round.
You can.
know?
You absolutely can.
can.
I always feel very rushed when I'm at a pan spray though, like because you know what I
Timing.
mean? Because I'm always like,
Yes.
because I could time it perfectly, right? But it's
Yeah.
right when I pull my 2 buckets out or whatever, however many buckets I have with me that I filled up at home, a car pulls up and I go, oh, don't pull up to
pull
this
up.
bay.
Yeah.
Go to that bay over there, right?
Yeah.
And I hear them tinkering on that bay, and they, dang it, sounds like the coin machine's broken. I go, shoot,
Yeah.
they're coming over to me. And they pull up behind me, and I go, okay, speed wash,
Anthony,
speed wash.
You need to stake out your car wash.
Yeah.
Stake it out. Find out when the down times are. When is the slowest time that wash?
Take notes and whatnot, and be
notes.
like writing things down. Yeah.
Find out when that place is dead as a doornail, and that's when you want to come on over.
Oh, I agree. That's awesome. So I think we're good to rinse, right? We're good to rinse?
I'm ready. You ready?
Okay, yeah, rinse from the top. There you go.
Another thing about rinsing that I find important. When you're rinsing, rinse in the largest swipes you can at a time. So if I can go from the 2/3 of the car from one spot, that's ideal. I'll get more soap off with less movement.
Yeah. Bring it back this way a little bit.
So funny, I was sitting in the car, I couldn't hear a thing. Like the acoustics in here, this car is totally silent with the windows up.
That works.
No hearing anything.
That works.
All right, good.
Hard parked. Yep, we're good. Sweet.
All right.
And if
Then
we
got
need
some more
to,
here for you.
Adam, we can always grab that and just rinse right here.
Okay.
And if we need to hit the tires or wheels one more time, we can do that. So we're going
Levi.
to go ahead. We're going to
winner.
wheel out this table over here, and we are going to. Do you want to go straight into drying right now? What works best for you, Adam? How would you like to go about this?
Right now, the way that we have the car in a totally controlled environment,
Yeah.
the sun's not going to dry this car quickly.
You're absolutely correct. Yeah.
So we have a minute.
We do.
If we wanted to take some time to do something. So for me, a drying aid, for us it'd be detail spray. I would I would go like this, and then I would take air. So your air cannon or your air device of choice, whatever you guys use.
Yeah, I can do that. I can grab ourselves the Ego blower here.
Oh yeah, the Ego blowers are awesome. I love that.
And we're gonna do a quick little blast.
So by blowing off the car, especially once it's coated, you really end up with being able to blow off like 80% of the water if you have the time. On a hot day, on a summer day, you don't have the time, right? You're always fighting against temperatures. Today it's 63 degrees in this room right now. I'm actually a little bit warm with this on, but really bottom line, if you have the time and you're not fighting the sun, you have the time to go ahead and blast it off.
Yeah.
So this is a quick way to go ahead and do it. Look how nice that is. When it's coated, when the car is coated, everything just blows off.
So, all right, Adam. So you're going through. You got the drying towel going. You are cooking.
I like big, thick drying towels. You know that?
Yeah. I think they're
There's some,
fun.
like if you're on a really small car,
Yeah.
and you don't need a big, thick drying towel,
Yep.
they still work better.
Yeah.
You know, just having the extra ability to have sort of that softer touch. Like the more towel between your hand and the surface,
Yep.
the less chance you're going to scratch.
Yep. I
just
can
like
see that.
I like the suspension that you get out of a thick towel when you're drying a car off. Just reduces the likelihood of damage.
Well, reduces the pressure points, right, from your hands, right? So you're not having any fingers that are digging into anything, because, you know, what's funny is that I was visiting a friend, and the guy is a body shop guy, right? And I hand him a towel to buff off some compound, and you know what he does? He grabs the towel, and this is just an example here on a big towel. He grabs his towel, puts his knuckle into the towel, and he starts going like this. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, just wiping off the compound. And I go, compounds have changed a lot,
bro,
right?
yeah.
You don't need to knuckle it
Open
anymore,
hand
right?
always,
Open hand always, but he's knuckling it, and I go, man, that's a body shop guy, because they know of the, back to the Meguiar's, 105, 205 combo, literally concrete, right, that you're removing. And so nowadays, it's gotten a lot easier.
It has gotten easier. And when it comes to drying too, the more wide open your hand is, the more surface you're going to go ahead and dry it at that pass.
Absolutely.
And people that grab it like this, like you said, with a knuckle, you're getting less and less accomplished, and you're increasing the possibility of damage. Scratching. So.
Yep. Now, I don't know about you, I like going over a couple extra spritzes here of the drying aid and then going through and drying. And I also just like the smell of the detail spray, so I'm just using it. I'm using quite a bit of it.
I'm going to hit a little bit more down low here where I was definitely a little nasty. The other thing is, winter washing, a lot of times you don't get it all.
Yep.
Winter washing, a lot of times you're still wiping a dirty car.
Well, and that's why having a detail spray is awesome, because you miss anything, right?
Boom, keep going.
Right? You still have some cleaning power.
The other thing is, I like to dry the top of the car first, get the towel a little bit damp. At this point, the towel's nice and damp, and now it's going to work like a wash rag when I'm drying potentially dirty spots like down low behind the wheels, where it definitely has some more stuff down here. This is definitely a dirty time of year. You're always going to have a little bit of dirt left over in a winter wash. It's just not going to be perfect first touch. Like, I've got these little speckles down here. Looks like my wife might have driven through some road tar, so we're going to have to address that a little bit later. But the towel being wet makes it come off easier. Any extra dirt comes off with less damage.
Justin's asking how to maintain my ceramic coating. It's a 3 years coating. Does Adams have a product for keeping it up?
Can I go ahead and talk about any duration for a coating? Anytime people say that their coating lasts, I have a 3 year or a 5 year or a 10 year or any of that. I'd like to call that out as hype. It's unrealistic to think that your coating is going to last up until 36 months, then suddenly the coating's going to go boop, gone.
Yeah,
that's just unrealistic.
You're very correct. It doesn't just disappear like that. Yeah.
What makes a coating go away is miles driven and number of washes done, potential polishing done. If you're driving the car wash regularly, all the brushes, right? Those are the things that make your coating go away. So I would like to dispel any theory that a coating has a lifespan of any number of years.
Adam, here, I want to do something for you really quick.
What's that?
Here's a pink towel with a little bit of prime detail spray for your jams there.
Oh, I like
Just because it's a little more manageable, and I think you'll like that.
So much easier. Well done.
And it matches. So continue on with the coating talk. I was listening.
The coating talk, the people that tell you that your coating's going to last X number of years are kind of confused, because the fact is, a coating is going to last based on how often you touch it and rub it or scrub it or wash it and dry it, or how many miles of horrible weather you're driving in, because all of those things reduce the longevity of your coating. So I would tell people that a coating is going to last variably depending on where you park your car. So let's say you park your car in the garage at night, and then you drive it to work, and at work you park it outside. And let's say you live near an airport, or you live near an industrial area where there's industry happening, right? There's all kinds of work happening. There's things being built, metal fabrication, all of the different things that happen around an industrial zone will definitely be harmful to cars. Airports are definitely harmful to cars. If you drive your car to the airport a lot, park it outside. Those are things that reduce the longevity of your coating. Now, and I'm getting the really long way of answering this gentleman's question about how do you maintain your coating. Basically, if you use a coating that's really easy to apply and really easy to remove, you're going to use it more often. And I would say that in that world, for us, it's our ceramic spray coating, which is so easy. It takes us about 20 minutes to do a whole car, maybe 30 on something that's really nasty. Anyway, so the discussion on coatings and longevity should really be focused on how much your car is exposed, how many miles you're driving it. I think a coating is going to last on average between 10 and 15,000 miles.
Yeah.
And 10 and 15,000 miles is a way more reasonable way to decipher durability or longevity of a coating, even the best coating in the world. Now, let's say your car, after 1 year, your black car has a little towel marks in it from getting washed and dried, has little scratches from grandma who loaded her car right next to your car and kind of scrubbed her grocery bags against your car. Are you going to be okay with it because it's coated? You're like, oh, but I have a 5-year coating, I'm good. Like, what do you mean you're good? Yeah, no, my car's good, I'm coated, so I'm fine. It's like, yeah, but your car has scratches all over it.
In the coating, yeah.
In the coating.
Yeah.
But still, are you good with that? Like, to me, I'm not good with that. I'm not good with damage. I want the damage gone. I'm not interested in having a perfectly coated car that's got scratches in it. So for me, I'm gonna compound and polish, or at least just polish my cars at least once a year.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not gonna let it go more than that. I don't want to drive a scuffy car. You know, I drive white cars a lot because they're easier to maintain, but if you have a black car that needs it, you're gonna want to polish it. So maintaining your ceramic coated car, the easiest thing in the world. You can maintain it with anything because ceramic coated cars are more bulletproof than non-ceramic coated cars.
Yep.
You can make it really easy to maintain with a little bit of detail spray after your wash, like we just did. And then you can just throw a fresh coat of ceramic coating on after, say, 7,000 or 8,000 miles, just to keep the protection alive and going. That'll keep you coated. That'll keep you easy washing, easy drying. You saw how the dirt just blew off this car. And we got it done right when we got this. So it's got 8,000 or 9,000 miles on this coating. Your regular maintenance is more important than your I'm covered for years and years and years. So take your idea of a perfect coating and just get it down into a number of miles. 10,000,
Sure.
15,000 tops. You're going to need to go ahead and redo it again.
Yep.
And Mike here was saying, so based on the last answer, is it better to buy a less expensive coating and coat yearly or every 2 rather than hoping to get 5 years?
Okay, you can quote me on this. Absolutely 100% yes.
There you go.
100% yes. Use the coating that's the easiest one to use possible because it's easier than waxing a car, right?
Yeah.
When you're coating a car, you can go right over the plastic. Please do all the plastic rails. Please do get into the body seams because you want those protected. If you're waxing and you get wax all over the plastic, you get wax into the body seams, guess what? Now you're digging out wax.
Yeah.
I kind of put wax in the same category as yellow pages, you know? Yellow pages and wax are kind of the same. And then maybe, how about black and white TV? 13-inch antennas like this on top, you know?
Yeah.
UHF, VHF, you can push those if you want.
Yeah.
You know, if you're using, chamois,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you used a good chamois, you know?
Yeah.
You don't use chamois. You know, microfiber has replaced chamois, 1,000%. There's so much better technology now. So ceramic coatings, the easiest to use is the best. Use it regularly and you'll be way happier with the results. And then if you have a little issue, like a little scuff or you have some fine scratches or swirl marks, polish them out and re-ceramic your car. It takes way less time than waxing. Don't be so, oh my gosh, I'm worried about my ceramic coating. Your ceramic coated car is so much more beefy and protected than anything that's waxed or, anything like that.
There's just a trade-off, like you were saying. Basically, if you have a high-end coating that's rated for however many years, right, it's expensive, but you get some type of damage or micromarring on it, you have to ask yourself, is that going to affect you or is it not going to affect you? If it does affect you, then you have to think, okay, well, do I spend another couple $100s on this coating just to recoat one area?
Right.
Or do I spend less on a coating in the long run? I'm okay with stuff like that happening, but then it's more cost efficient for me to fix it, down the road. And so there's a lot of different ways to look at it, and it kind of comes down to how much time do you have, right?
Amen. Yeah. And
how much time do you have?
Coating a car is going to take you 30 minutes.
Yeah.
People think that you have to do a full paint correction to coat your car.
You do not. No.
Not correct. You don't need to. In fact, I don't even recommend using a pre-coating wipe. Like I don't even do alcohol wipes on cars before I coat them because the coatings have so much solvent in them. You ever smelled a coating?
Yeah, it does have quite a bit of solvent.
Horrible.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of solvent in a coating.
So
I know what you're saying.
That's cutting any nastiness off your car that you have on there. So you don't even need to worry about that. all right, these tires look horrible. Now it's time to for sure do a little bit of that.
Now it's time to do a little bit of that. Now I'm just kind of quickly going, I think we actually surprisingly did a pretty good job on these wheels. I thought we were going to do a worse job, but I'm going over them and I'm just kind of touching them up with this quick detail spray here, and they look pretty good. So I think it's time for, I agree, some of the graphene tire dressing.
You know, and again, whatever you're doing to your tires in the winter, you know it's a temporary thing. You're just not spending so much time and energy on tire shine when you're driving through rain and snow and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's definitely something that you use, you know, use it so that your tires, like you can see, these tires stay black, which is nice. They stay pretty dark. These, again, they've seen quite a bit of snow, but the tires stay pretty dark after the right tire shine. Anything that's glossy that kind of goes away or that attracts a lot of dirt,
yeah,
not a fan. All right.
So you show me how it's done with this with your I guess your applicator over there. I'm gonna grab one of these bad boys.
Okay.
And you show me. We're gonna see who did a better job.
So for me,
yeah,
foam.
Okay, foam.
I like foam for tires because one, it cleans easier.
Okay.
I like to clean foam out because you can use a degreaser.
You can
clean
absolutely.
it out, or the tire rubber cleaner, and you degrease that.
Yep.
The other thing, spraying tire shine on. So on this tire here, this tire has knobbies, almost like an all-terrain tire.
Correct.
If you have an all-terrain tire, then you want to spray your dressing onto the actual tire.
Yeah.
If you have tires that are just low profile with no aggressive tread,
Yep. Spray it on the applicator.
spray the applicator on.
Yep.
So, and never spray into the side of the tread wall. So I always spray straight into the tread block.
Okay.
You know, I try to avoid the ground, especially my nice driveway. I don't want to spray that.
Yeah.
And then a couple of hits into the little Pro Tire applicator here.
Okay.
But this method right here gives me the ability to get the tire dressing really into all of the nooks and all the crannies. And I go up and into each one of these little ridges if you have them. You know the little ridges?
Yep.
This guy has them. I could blow this tire off a little bit more. There's still a tiny bit too much
moisture
water on this tire.
Yeah.
I might just do that because I'm crazy and I like everything. I don't have any problem. I just like everything perfect all the time. Hard to be humble. Hard to be anything but perfect with your tire shine.
So any questions, Dane?
Mr. 441 did ask, so is Adams changing their coating ratings from years to miles then?
No, I think that right now, the entire industry, unfortunately, they measure everything in years, and it's based on the hardness level, right? Remember, it used to be, 9H, right?
Yeah,
The hardness levels were always the things that was sort of the grading scale for a coating, grading scale. Now the grading scale today has changed to this year, that year, when detailers are selling their coatings. A detailer is going to sell you a 3-year, 5-year, whatever coating, and they're going to upcharge you for that coating, right? Well, okay, that's fair, right? Because the detailer is going to be using a really expensive coating that costs them a ton of money, and then you make that, they got to get paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's the reality, it's unfortunate that it's the industry grading scale is in years rather than in.
And I wonder when that started. Who was the first person to say, here's the coating, here's how we grade this?
Right, when it went from
9H,
initially, like we were one of the first people to start making as a boutique brand coatings. And when it changed from whatever pencil hardness, right? The pencil hardness, this level of scratch it could resist, pencil hardness. 2 years. I don't know who did that. I'm pretty dang sure it wasn't us.
I don't know. I mean, when ceramic coatings first came out, I kind of remember it was how long does it last? Will last longer than a wax. Well, how much longer than a wax?
Yeah, way
longer than a wax. Okay, well, what's way longer than a wax? Couple years. Maybe it was that conversation. I don't know.
Yeah.
Couple years. Oh, so a couple years.
Right.
Then everybody went. Couple years. Everybody's on the same page. Couple years.
Maybe that was that's it.
That's it. All right, we're doing
3 years. Yeah, that's it.
We're doing a couple years.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is certain coatings out there that I know that require multiple applications of certain things like that, and I could see that you're layering things to potentially get the most lifespan out of it. But to your point, they're not bulletproof. They are not scratch proof. They are not chemical proof. There's always something, right? And they're amazing. I think everything should probably be coated, right? Just because it's better than nothing at all, right?
Yeah.
But
it's easier than waxing.
It's easier than waxing.
Way easier than waxing. It's way more durable. when it comes to coating, I think that the technology is getting better very quickly still.
Yeah.
You know, when microfiber towels first came out,
They were not good. Yeah.
they were not that great.
Not great. Mostly polyester, and they just water just fell off of them, and you went, this doesn't absorb.
But they were better than cotton diapers.
Yeah.
We first started selling cotton diapers, like the baby diapers.
Yep, baby diapers. Yeah.
The softest
remember
cotton.
that.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that was it. When microfiber came around, it got better, and then it got better, and then way better.
Yep.
And then the rag company came, and really things got amazing.
Well, I mean, hopefully we elevated things that much, but no, I totally agree. However, I will say, with all that said about coatings, do I still enjoy the therapeutic aspect of waxing? Yes.
Yes.
If I have a good smelling wax, and every once in a while we'll pull out some hoods here, we'll do some test stuff, or maybe we'll even just wax a car for fun every once in a while, and I go, dang, this is nice. I kind of miss because when you're playing a coating, you're not like, this smell is so good, or this is, you know, it's an easy experience, but there's that therapy of waxing, which was always kind of nice. And you know, even the, well, I'll let it set up for tonight, then tomorrow morning I'll come back and wipe this off, and it's gonna be incredible. We really would have felt the same regardless, but in your head you're like, oh, tomorrow.
I think for your classic cars, for the cars that end up mostly parked in the garage, that are not seeing any weather,
Yeah.
wax is great.
Wax is great. Wax is awesome.
You want some therapy? Go out.
Yeah.
You know, we sell something called Americana, like this paste wax, right?
Yeah.
And Patriot wax. All these really soft, nice,
Super nice
there's an
waxes.
experience. If you get it on the plastic, you got a little bit of work ahead of you.
Yeah.
You get in the body seams, you got a little bit of work ahead of you.
Yeah.
You get it in any of the emblems, any of the badges, you got a little bit of work ahead of you.
Yep.
All those things are reality. So again, I
Agreed.
think the technology is definitely favoring ceramics. Ceramics are getting easier and easier and easier to use. It used to be people, oh, you'll ruin your car. You're gonna have to sand it off if you mess it up. All that's gone now. There's no longer, oh no, what am I gonna do if my ceramic coating, if I don't take it all off in time? Well, then go back over it with an applicator, and that'll be fine.
Yeah,
Worst
it'll be
case
fine.
scenario, polish a tiny bit of it off, and it'll be back to good.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, and then the very last one, this one's just more of like educating someone because they're wondering. We've run into this before, people thinking they can use coatings on maybe different substrates they're not really meant for. So do you use a special glass coating or just use the paint coating on glass?
I think it depends. It depends on what the coating, depends on what the chemical makeup of the coating is, because there are certain coatings that are meant for glass more so than paint. But I mean, there's also certain coatings that you can throw right over the glass like paint, and it's not an issue at all whatsoever.
I find that the ceramic coatings that we use for the paint work really well on all the side glass.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, the windshield is a different animal because with the friction of the wipers, you need to have something that's a little bit more specific.
Yep.
And with the friction of the wipers, what that'll do is it'll give you that the lines. You'll know exactly where your wipers stop and start, because that coating will wear down right at that point. So glass coatings, I would say, is well worth it, especially for your windshield. And especially, it's probably one of the most safe and important products to driving in inclement weather. If you're driving in a climate that's rainy or you get snow and ice, coating your glass is really important.
Agreed. All right, guys. Well, Adam, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us.
Hanging out with you guys.
And having fun. The car looks awesome. It's going to look great for the upcoming weather. Hopefully we get some sun for at least several days. Obviously, you guys can check out Adam's Polishes at adamspolishes.com. You can check out all the products. We used several of the products here today. You can check out on their website. Everything else that we use, you can pick up at theradcompany.com. So as always, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below for more, and stay tuned for more lives right here at The Rag Company. Thanks.
Right on, brother.